Hi, this is Jane from GamesKeys.net. In this video, I'll guide you through a comprehensive walkthrough of the Viewfinder game. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into the action.
Great, we're in. Time to explore.
Let's start the first chapter of the Viewfinder.
What is this place? Whoa, you okay? Your vitals look good. I guess we know now that falling doesn't hurt.
Pick a picture from this board. Place the picture and enter it.
Hang on, did you just...
Use the teleporter to move to the next round.
A teleporter! Glad you made it in one piece.
Find the picture with a battery, as we need 3 batteries to activate the teleporter. Place the picture to pick the battery from it. Position it on the charging board. As you can see, one is already in place, so we just need one more. Once all 3 batteries are in place, the teleporter will activate, allowing us to proceed to the next stage. Now, pick another picture from the board on this stage and place it elsewhere. Head towards the teleporter, but remember it requires a battery to function, so take a photo of the battery. Flip the picture upside down to get the battery. Position the battery on the board, then utilize the teleporter to advance to the next stage.
Whoa, this place definitely feels different than what we've seen so far.
Now, use the teleporter to transition to another level. Here, we need to create a pathway, so locate the picture of the bridge. Adjust the picture to reveal a bridge. Cross the bridge and locate a teleporter. Before proceeding, find another picture to get a way forward. Over there, we spot a teleporter, but we first need to find a picture to guide us there.
I need to understand.
Once located, adjust the picture to go to the teleporter.
So much weight. There is promise here. Promise of a future we can surely achieve. Even now.
Now, we require batteries again at this stage. Pick up pictures from this location as well. Utilize a picture to create a pathway to reach the battery and retrieve it. Position the battery on the charging board. 2 batteries are now in place. To locate the 3rd battery, position the other picture here and retrieve the battery. Position it as well and activate the teleporter.
It's alive!
Moving on to the next round, locate the teleporter. To do so, grab yourself a picture that will create a pathway to the teleporter. Position the picture, enter it, and within you'll find another picture. Retrieve it and continue forward. Adjust it, and within you'll find another picture. Position it and enter to ultimately reach the teleporter.
Photo is acting a bit weird.
Here we encounter an error. Paradox stabilization failed. It's a systematic error that occurs in our virtual reality, requiring us to reset the power sources to maintain operation. If you encounter this error, return to the real environment and reboot everything by switching the power buttons to green.
Happy to have you. Seems like the simulation had some difficulty maintaining itself. We might need to reroute our power sources to keep it running. Bummer, but that's what we get for messing with old tech. Don't worry, love. We'll get it sorted, and then it's off to the races with you.
Restart and reload the virtual reality journey by returning to this spot. Once we return, we'll resume from where we left off.
Just as stunning as I remember it. Let's get our bearings and find where we left.
So, we'll make our way to the teleporter again. Retrieve the picture from the painting board, where you can see another picture within it. Adjust these pictures and proceed to the teleporter.
Photos are back to normal too. Excellent. Should be smooth sailing from here. Hopefully.
Once again, there's a picture here waiting for us. Take it and align it to progress forward. Here's another picture. Position it and continue forward. We are searching for a teleporter that we can access through these pictures. Pick up this picture and align it to enter. Here's one more picture to utilize.
I found it. Now this.
Upon entering, we'll see another picture. Align the picture and enter it as well.
You could say I was...
We can rewind a bit if the picture doesn't allow us to enter. Pull the chains here to make your way forward. Next, you'll encounter another picture containing a teleporter that will transport us to the next round. Upon arrival, locate another teleporter to progress to the next level. Here's the teleporter. Each level contains a hidden teleporter. On this level, we require 2 batteries. First, retrieve the picture from the board and proceed to the photocopier to make a copy of it.
Is that? Oh, it must be. A photocopier.
Now that we have 2 pictures, we can extract 2 batteries from them. Place the batteries on the board to activate the teleporter. In the next stage, if there isn't a way to proceed, what do we need to do? Get a picture, my friends. Adjust the picture to create a pathway. Actually, this picture needs to be used twice, so backtrack and make a copy of it. Adjust the picture once more. As you can see, the teleporter is also in the same picture, so align it in a way that grants access there. Here, we reach the teleporter to proceed to the next stage.
I wonder what else is in... No, what's that? That looks interesting.
This level is already completed, as indicated by the check mark on the teleporter. This chapter has been finished, so let's proceed to the next one.
I must admit, I'm surprised you made it this far. It's been a while since someone's wandered around this place. And it's a station, a place where science and art meet nature. Aran was a brilliant designer. All the lovely artistic elements you see are all thanks to his handiwork. Though his colleagues were just as amazing in their own right. Their work was always set to change the world. Or so they said. often. Oh, I'm Kate, by the way. An artificial record keeper developed by Mirren to maintain this place. I'll be here to assist you in any way that I can. And I look forward to seeing what wonders you discover.
We've entered Chapter 2 of Viewfinder.
Glad to find out that's how they got around. Whoa, is that a tree?
Begin by locating the teleporter to advance to the next level.
This must be the next set. Maybe we'll find out more about the work being done in this area.
Now we'll search for a teleporter through a picture to progress to the next stage. Adjust the picture to discover something new, such as another picture or a teleporter. Here we encounter another picture to our right side. Adjust it also to proceed forward.
Nice one. Huh? That's weird. Sorry, the simulation is really buggy on that.
Here's the teleporter, but it's unclear from this side. Let's go upstairs to get a better view and adjust it. Utilize the teleporter to advance to the next round. Pick up the receiver to answer the phone call.
You answered. It's me. I don't know how it happened, but
Afterwards, search for a picture.
Live comms don't seem to be working well.
Once found, position it to create a pathway to the other side.
Talk using this method, as long as you pick up. I'll try to leave voicemails if you can't. I've been monitoring your vitals in the system, so I'll keep you.
Adjust it so that you can easily step up to the next side. Here's the painting in 2 parts. Align these to complete the picture and proceed. Then we'll encounter another set of framed paintings. Align them to reveal the teleporter in front of you. Utilize it to proceed to the next round.
Experiments, and I like that they're reliant on creativity.
Here we see an RGB light frame setup that will activate upon pulling 3 levers.
Brings back memories.
Locate and pull up these levers. Once the 3 lights turn on, position yourself in front of the frame to see a clear picture containing a teleporter. We have our teleporter to advance to the next round. The tick mark indicates that this level has been completed. Search for a teleporter for the next level, the second level of Chapter 2. Look for the teleporter here. It is visible to us, but not in a position where we can use it. Therefore, we need to change its position by capturing its picture and then aligning the picture. Initially, capture 2 pictures of the stairs to create a pathway to the camera, which will be utilized to photograph the teleporter.
Be sure to catch my good side.
Afterward, rotate the picture to the current position and utilize the teleporter to proceed. Next, there is a camera position to capture a picture that will assist us in accessing the other side of the round. Align the picture and retrieve a battery from this location. We require 2 batteries to activate the teleporter in this round. To obtain the second battery, take another photo from the camera, then align the picture and position the battery over it. Next, capture a picture of this battery so that we can duplicate it. place both batteries on the charging board to power up the teleporter. In the next round, we encounter a teleporter right in front of us, but it's in an upside-down position. Take a picture of it, then flip it to utilize the teleporter. However, as you can see, this camera's lens is positioned opposite to the teleporter. Therefore, we need to find another camera. To do so, take a picture from the first camera and create a pathway to the other camera using this picture. Use this second camera to take a picture of the first camera. Then position that camera in a way that its lens is in front of the teleporter. Capture a picture of the teleporter, rotate the picture, and position it to utilize the teleporter. This level is now completed. Locate the teleporter to proceed to the next level.
I was being genuine earlier. I'd like to help you look. The founders left plenty of records of their work here.
Here we can see that 2 batteries are required to advance to the next round. Retrieve the picture from the hanging sheet. It contains a battery. The second battery is located within this incomplete painting board. Firstly, position the picture of the first battery behind the painting boards to cover the hole. Retrieve the first battery and place it somewhere on the floor. Now, assemble the painting boards to extract the battery. This will cause it to fall over the hole we just covered up.
Brilliant catch.
Retrieve both batteries and position them on the electric board near the teleporter. Utilize the teleporter to proceed to the next round. Here, we require 2 batteries. 1 battery is located within the painting boards. Answer the phone call as it rings. Move to this side and utilize the camera to capture a picture of the teleporter.
Bits of a maze. You're the only one that can navigate it. If I were to guess, though, what remains of all their research should be scattered around you.
This is necessary because placing the battery here might disturb the teleporter. Therefore, we will position a new teleporter here. We require 2 batteries. The first one is the one we retrieved from the painting boards. To acquire the second battery, capture a photo of the first battery we placed on the electric board. Then extract the battery from the picture. Retrieve both batteries and position them on the new electric board of the teleporter. The teleporter will activate and transport you to the next level. The next one is an optional challenge. Here we can see a teleporter, but in a horizontal position. Let's search for something to rotate it correctly. Here is the camera. Utilize it to photograph the wall behind the teleporter. Now position it in a manner that the teleporter comes in front of the camera. Capture a picture of the teleporter now. Rotate it and position the picture to utilize the teleporter. Chapter 2 is now completed. Let's proceed to the next chapter.
We're heading towards the workspace of a masterful engineer. Si Leung, much like the others, settled in quickly here. The batteries, the teleporters, that's all thanks to his handiwork. Though, he wouldn't accept the compliment directly. I'm sure you'll find something useful here. One step closer to solving an impossible question, right?
Now we are beginning Chapter 3 of the Viewfinder. Utilize the teleporter to enter the first level. Here, we need to create a path, as it is broken.
Do you hear that?
Head towards the right side, where you'll find 4 screens stacked in front of each other, an RGB light setup along with levers and power lines to each one. Pull all 3 levers to activate the lights. One lever isn't accessible, so adjust this picture to create a pathway toward that 3rd lever. Pull this lever to activate the last screen. Now position yourself in front of these frames and align the image. This will create a bridge, allowing you to reach the other side of the area.
Well done. It's a shame things broke.
Now search for a teleporter here.
There's always someone here to fix it.
Here we can see a teleporter and a battery on the electric board. Since we need 3 batteries to activate the teleporter, we'll need to find 2 more. Next, move towards the sitting area on the right and pick up the photo on the table. Now, align this photo to see what's inside. The photo contains another picture, which is a camera. Position the photo anywhere to retrieve the camera and have your hands on it. Return upstairs to the battery board. Now, this camera has the capacity for 5 photos.
Quite a unique gift that day. Oh, you found it! A camera. Portable and with instant film to boot. A smart way to travel around here, and a powerful way to store data. I can't wait to see how you use this.
We'll use the camera to take 2 pictures of the battery. Extract the 2 batteries from these pictures and position them on the charging board to activate the teleporter.
Already.
Proceed to the next level as the first one is completed. Here we are in the workshop. Locate the next teleporter to transition to level 2. You will encounter a filter select machine that can be utilized later to choose different colorful images. Then use the teleporter to transition to the next level. Here we have a camera with a capacity of 5 photos at the start of the level.
This camera physics thing that Mirren has proposed.
Now, to make our way to the next side, we'll capture a photo of the long roof on top. Rotate it and align it with the original view. Walk across the bridge and search for a teleporter that is located behind the wall. Capture a picture, then flip it to set it in the correct position. Position the photo and utilize the teleporter to proceed to the next round. In this round, you'll notice a teleporter right in front of you, but on a separate floor. There is no direct pathway to reach it. Additionally, there is a phone that cannot be accessed directly. To create a pathway to the phone, capture a photo of the ground holding the phone. Position the picture to receive the phone call and then access the teleporter as well.
Hey, another voicemail. It's getting harder and harder to reach you. I hope you're doing well. I've been doing my best to track your moves.
In this round, the teleporter is positioned on the top floor. However, we have a camera in our hands and stairs can be seen. To create a pathway to the teleporter, take a picture of the stairs. Ascend the stairs, then align the photo of the stairs to reach the teleporter. In this stage, locate the teleporter again, which will be on the ceiling. Capture a picture of it, then position it on the floor so that we can enter it and use the teleporter. Here, we require 2 batteries. Proceed to the right side to find a battery at the top of a pillar. Now capture a clear picture of it so that we can extract a battery from it. Position the picture anywhere to retrieve the battery. Capture another picture of the battery and bring both the battery and the picture back to the starting point. Extract the second battery as well. Now we need to create a pathway to reach the charging board by cutting the gate. Capture a picture of something that can be used to make a pathway to the other side. You may need to rewind a little bit to adjust your photos. Capture a picture of an empty area like the sky and utilize it to cut a hole in the gate to pass through to the charging board. Position the batteries on the board to activate the teleporter.
Did you know?
Now we have completed level 2.
Years developing a method.
To proceed to the next level, locate a new teleporter. The teleporter will be on the roof.
That's the beauty of the simulation. What you can achieve in a year's time can be merely a blink.
Here, the path is blocked again. Capture a picture of the sky from within the room. Align it with the cage to create a doorway and proceed to the next floor. Follow the path until you reach the teleporter on the wall. Now we need to capture a picture of it to retrieve the teleporter, but we don't have any film left in our camera. Descend the steps on the right side to find a film on the table in the next room. Return and capture a photo of the teleporter.
To keep the bickering to a minimum. It's quite
Align the photo and retrieve the teleporter from it.
like his other builds more.
I can hear you!
Get back to work.
Fine, I won't bother you anymore.
At this stage, we require 2 batteries. The battery is visible here, but is on the other side of the floor. However, we will only have 1 photo available. There won't be any extra film, so we need to execute our tasks carefully.
I was always confused by that.
Now, capture a picture in a way that the path to the battery and another battery are both included in a single photo. Then align the pictures so that it creates a bridge to the other floor. Pick up both batteries, return them to the charging board, and use the teleporter to proceed to the next round. In this stage, a battery is clearly visible, but you'll only have one photo available, so be cautious. The teleporter is attached to the side of the wall, along with its charging board.
This one.
Pick up the battery and position it on the edge of the floor beside the wall where the teleporter is located, because we need to capture them in a single frame. Capture a picture of the teleporter and the battery. Then, simply rotate the picture so that the teleporter and the battery are in the correct position. Retrieve both batteries and place them on the charging board, then utilize the teleporter to return to the main floor. The tick mark indicates that the third level has been completed. Proceed to the sitting area to locate the teleporter for level 4. Here we need to pull the lever to activate the teleporter. Then come to this side of the floor and look through the hole. Capture a picture of both the lever and the teleporter. Now position the photo anywhere and utilize the teleporter.
Was brilliant.
At this stage, there is another teleporter that will receive power from a lever. Now walk straight toward the pipes and capture a picture of the teleporter. Make sure to include the power line and the lever as well. Rotate the photo so that the teleporter is oriented correctly. Then step into it and use the teleporter to progress. In this stage, first answer the phone call.
It went through!
Now search for the teleporter that will be upside down on the ceiling.
Looking into this.
Capture a picture of the walkway you just crossed because we need a complete photo of the teleporter setup.
Data are corrupt due to lack of upkeep. Meaning you might have to find your own exit if that's the case. I think our goals stay the same. Find the specs for the weather disruptor.
Then return to the center and position the photo so you can walk onto the new floor.
I'll reach out again when I can.
Now take a picture of the ceiling and ensure to include the teleporter, power line, and lever in it. Then rotate the photo to the correct position. Step onto the floor, activate the lever, and utilize the teleporter.
Degradation has gotten progressively worse. But isn't that true?
In this stage, the teleporter is positioned upside down. Descend, activate the lever, and then retrieve a photo from the canvas board. Look down and adjust the picture to create the ground, ensuring not to cut the power line. Then jump down to the new floor. From here, capture a picture of the entire vertical wall above you, including the power line and teleporter. Afterward, position the picture on the ground and descend onto it. Utilize the teleporter to return to the main floor. Level 4 is now completed.
Thus far.
Now, locate the next teleporter next to an orange ladder.
Many memories stored here. Many impossible things. It acts as a record of sorts.
Here we encounter a gate. Get behind it and stand on the pad to activate the teleporter. Once you step off the pad, it will slowly lose power. Capture a picture of the teleporter and the pipe. Ensure the power pipe is within the frame, otherwise the teleporter connection will be severed. Adjust the picture and pass through the new opening to reach the teleporter and utilize it before it runs out of power.
That was a swift one, wasn't it? Really hits your heart.
Here we need to pull the lever to activate the power to the teleporter. Then step back and capture a picture of the teleporter, ensuring to include the main power hub within the photo. Rotate the photo to the correct position, swiftly approach the teleporter, and use it before it runs out of power. Capture a picture of the teleporter here, ensuring to include the power line and the standing pad. Position the photo anywhere, then rotate it so that the standing pad is upright. Step onto it to power the teleporter. Take a picture of the powered teleporter, place it in an upright position, and then utilize it before the power turns off. Here we have a pad right in front. Proceed to stand on the pad to power on the teleporter. Once the teleporter is powered on, quickly move to the left side and capture a photo of it while the power is still on. Now position the photo, place it anywhere, and then quickly run and utilize the teleporter before the power turns off. Here is another teleporter in front of us that will receive power from the pad. Go straight, then left, and follow the power line until you reach the standing pad. Step onto the pad and capture a photo of the powered teleporter. Place the photo on the ground so that you can enter it, then quickly utilize the teleporter before it runs out of power. Now, this level is also completed. Find the teleporter to proceed to level 6. Follow along to locate the teleporter.
Does this machine you're looking for really provide all the answers? If so...
Enter the hall and proceed towards the stairs until they change shape. These stairs are merely an optical illusion. Return to the hall you just came from and notice a blockage. From here, turn right and proceed straight to the stairs. Attempt to ascend the stairs, but you'll drop to the level below. Follow the path until you reach the outside and notice a teleporter behind a gate. Head right to find a way to enter and utilize the teleporter.
It's a bit clever, isn't it? Silly Young was always fond of games.
In this stage, you'll get to see 4 pillars in a small room that lacks a ceiling. A teleporter will be available directly in front of this room, but a path can be created using a trick. You'll need to walk around these pillars in a specific order to unlock a bridge to the teleporter. When you walk out, you'll notice a path leading you to the teleporter. Explore the area to search for hints. You may encounter some illusions along the way. Here, it is indicated to jump up to reach the other side, so let's proceed in that direction. This provides a hint for the specific order to be followed while navigating around the pillars. It suggests to go in and move around the right side of the first pillar at the right-hand side, then around the second pillar on the left-hand side before exiting the room. Let's give it a try. And there we have a bridge leading to the teleporter. Utilize the teleporter to proceed to the next round. Here, a battery is needed to activate the teleporter. Head to the right side and you'll notice a battery behind a cage. Don't pursue the battery, as it is merely an illusion. Instead, head left, then take another left to reach the room with a standing camera. Capture a picture of the battery, then exit the room and extract the battery, as it will fall off the hole of the cage in the picture. Take the battery to the teleporter's charging board and then utilize the teleporter to return to the main floor, completing this level as well.
Don't you find it fascinating? The solutions our minds can cultivate when given the space and motivation.
And with that, Chapter 3 has ended.
The machine you're looking for, isn't there? Mirren's workspace awaits. She's rather special. The one who started all of this, with good intentions no less. She even made me, and for that I will always be thankful. Even though she... well, she really loved this place.
Now we are starting Chapter 4 of the Viewfinder. Enter this building, go to the right side to use the first teleporter, and jump into Level 1. Begin by finding 2 batteries to power the teleporter at this level. Here you'll see blue batteries. The first battery is right there to be picked. Taking a picture of the blue battery behind the gate and making a copy won't work here. Similarly, you can't take pictures of the sky to navigate through the wall or the bars. Therefore, you should take a picture of the ground to create a path behind the cage and retrieve the battery from there. Remember, we can't photograph blue items in this chapter. Take both batteries to the charging board and activate the teleporter to proceed to the next stage.
You forget! Mirren would have been impressed.
In this stage, the teleporter is behind the walls on an isolated floor. We don't have any film left in our camera to take pictures here. We'll need to search for film as we need it to access the teleporter. Walk down to the end to find 3 wooden frames with a broken image. Align the image and extract the cube from it. Bring it back to the floor as it will help us climb up to the platform with a chair and table. Pick up the photo of the sky from the table and use it on the white stone wall with bars to enter the room and pick up the film. You can now take 1 photo. We managed to cut through this wall, but you can't use photos to cut through the dark, vine-covered walls. Now, take a picture of the teleporter through the bars, then place it anywhere on the edge of the floor to walk onto it, and use the teleporter to advance to the next stage. In this stage, you won't have any film in your camera. The phone will be ringing. Descend the stairs and you'll encounter a desk. Then turn right to answer the phone. Near the phone, you'll notice a small pathway illuminated by a red light that will lead you to the dark room. Retrieve the photo hanging with a clip. Return upstairs to the first open area on the right side. There, you'll find a floor with a table and a chair, along with a photo on it. Align the photo you just picked from the room to reach the table and grab the photo.
The weather disruptor.
The second photo reveals another pathway.
I see.
Take this second photo and return to where you started. Position the photo so that the first floor aligns between the 2 floors depicted in the photo.
I'm sure one will be useful. Yes, I'm sure. A perfect fit.
Then, proceed across the floors. There will be a table with a box of film that will give you 1 photo. Take a picture of one of the floors to create a bridge to the teleporter.
Looking around me now,
Use the teleporter. Here we have completed the first level.
to think that one day our cities could look like this, could breathe like this. It's never too early to change the world.
Use the next teleporter to go to the second level. Here we have 5 photos at the beginning of the level. The teleporter will be in front of us, but the charging board will be in a cage. Remember, we can't use photos to get through the bars in this chapter. Turn around and go back to the floor behind you. Look up here to see a battery. Now take 2 photos of the battery. Everything around the battery in the photo will disappear, and it will appear as if it is floating in the sky. Return to the cage and align the photo so that the battery falls directly onto the charging board. Repeat this process with both batteries and be careful, as the first battery may disappear if you don't align the picture correctly. After that, use the teleporter to proceed to the next stage. Here we need a battery to activate the teleporter. Utilize the stairs to ascend, where you'll encounter a cage containing a battery. We can't directly cut through this cage, so let's find an alternative method to obtain this battery. There will be another set of stairs you can climb to discover something. Retrieve this painting to see if it serves our purpose. Position it under the floor, but this won't suffice as the battery falls through. Therefore, we should capture a photo of the teleporter, as it is colored orange. Proceed upstairs and place that underneath the battery. The battery must be positioned directly above the charging board. The teleporter will activate, so use it to progress to the next stage. In this stage, you begin with only one photo. Head to the left, where you'll encounter a cage obstructing access to the teleporter and the lever you need. Return to the starting point. Take a picture of the wall facing the teleporter and place it on the edge of the floor. Jump onto it, pull the lever, and use the teleporter to proceed.
True freedom from constraints.
Get ready for the next round with 5 photos in hand. Once again, we need a battery. Turn around and head back to discover a cage with a battery inside.
Disruptor? I know of it. If I'm right, then you're not too far away.
You can't extract the battery directly.
To heal the world.
Therefore, you need to relocate the teleporter and charging board to the cage using a picture. Position them so the battery drops onto the charging board and the teleporter ends up outside the cage. Once completed, the teleporter will power up and be ready to use. This level is now finished, so move on to the next teleporter.
I'm rather fond of this structure.
Level 3 is optional. Let's tackle it as well. Here, we require 4 batteries to activate the teleporter. There's a battery in a cage ahead of us, but this time we can't bypass the cage using photos as we did earlier. We have limited photos remaining on our camera. Step back to the left corner and capture a photo of the film box and the battery inside the cage. Place the photo anywhere, then retrieve the additional film box and the battery. Place the battery in front of the cage and take a picture of these 2 batteries. Now we need one more battery. Pick up the original film. Extract the 2 batteries from the photo. Pick up this battery and place it on the board. Take another picture of the batteries and extract them as well. Now, place all these batteries on the board. We have completed the optional challenge. Use the next teleporter to proceed to the next level. Proceed straight ahead and you'll spot 3 RGB screens that need to be activated, but there are no levers this time. Here, one of them has a light source due to radio sound, so sound is the key. Therefore, we need to capture pictures of the radio to make its copies. Place a radio at the end of each power line to illuminate the screens.
It showed me that it travels faster than light.
One power line will be on a vertical wall. Capture a photo of the floor, create a bridge to reach there, and place the radio next to it. After activating the screens, stand in front of them, align the image, and use the teleporter to proceed. Here's another sound-based challenge. Turn on the lever to your right to activate the speaker. Take a photo, ensuring both the lever and the speaker are in the shot. Now, place the photo as close as possible to the receiver to activate the teleporter. Then, hop on it to continue. Begin the round by moving to the left and answering the call. Here we can see a lever with a speaker, but we can't take a picture of it because it's blue. Take a photo from the nearby table. It depicts a speaker and a receiver. Flip the lever to start the sound, then position the receiver in the photo so that it aligns with the speaker in front of you. We need to transmit sound to the teleporter, and we have enough photos to do this.
Go for gold.
Capture a picture of the placed photo and position it so that the receiver aligns with the new speaker. Repeat this process until you reach the receiver linked to the teleporter. Then use it to progress forward. At this stage, you'll see a power line connected to a standing pad, and on the other end is a speaker. Next to this speaker is a receiver linked to the teleporter. Turning on the teleporter looks a bit tricky here, but let's give it a try. Take a picture of the standing pad and the speaker. Position it diagonally next to the receiver, ensuring the standing pad isn't too far from the teleporter. Stand on it, power up the teleporter, and quickly make your way to use it before the power runs out. Here we have a standing pad with a speaker at the start. Here is the teleporter, so we need to bring the sound to this point. Find a table with a photo of a receiver, power line, and speaker. Place the photo so that the receiver is beside the speaker. Stand on the standing pad and take a picture of the activated photo. Move to the teleporter and place the new photo next to the receiver, ensuring the speaker is beside it. This setup should provide power to the teleporter. Use the teleporter to proceed to the next stage. At this stage, there is a photocopier machine, so there should be a picture on the floor. Check the table for a photo of the teleporter and a standing pad. Make 4 copies of the photo. For the first one, rotate it until the standing pad is at the top. Now we need to access the charging hub inside the photo. Enter and head to the power strip at the very back. It has a receiver on one end and a speaker on the other. Use another photo and place it next to the receiver so that it is beside the speaker. Turn around and adjust another photo so that the speaker is beside the receiver. Stand on the pad, power up the teleporter, then quickly reach and use it before it powers down. Once done, you'll return to the main floor where we started the chapter. Find the teleporter on the left side that will take you to the next level.
The climate can impact.
The next one is an optional challenge. Right in front of us is a broken floor, and at the end of that is a teleporter. Capture a picture of the floors ahead to create a path. Now arrange them so that the floors in the photo fit between the existing floors. This may be a bit tricky, so patience is key here. Take a picture that fills up all the gaps. Once you've captured the perfect one, make your way across the floors to reach the teleporter. Return to the main floor. Now find another teleporter to proceed to the next challenge. This one is also an optional challenge. Here we have a photocopier with a capacity of 6 photos. Retrieve the photo from the table to your left and make as many copies as allowed. This photo contains a teleporter and a battery. Place the first photo on the edge of the floor to create a walkable path. Position the second photo to retrieve a battery from it. Now place the photo in a way that the teleporter gets right side up, and we also get a path to the teleporter. Then use a final photo to craft a path to the teleporter. Retrieve the battery, place it on the charging board, and activate the teleporter. This challenge has been completed. Ascend the stairs to find another teleporter. And here again we encounter an optional challenge. To your left, there's a floor with the battery. Capture a photo of it and use it to cut through the fence and reach the other side. Both the battery and the path should be captured in a single photo. Place the photo here to reach the other side. We need 3 batteries to activate this teleporter. Since we already have 2, we should position the copied battery in front of the teleporter and take a photo of the teleporter, charging board, and the battery. Retrieve the battery and return to the initial floor. Lastly, use this photo to create a bridge back to the floor that has the original battery. Now you should have 3 batteries ready to power up the teleporter. This challenge is completed. Now search for the next teleporter. Now we have another optional challenge ahead. Here you'll find a watermelon on the board, so the assumption is we need watermelons to fill the weight gauge instead of batteries. We need 2 of them. Head to the right and take the first right to find a standing camera. Use it to capture a photo of the wall in front of it, which will be blank due to the unique properties of the dark walls. Return, grab the watermelon, and split it in half using the photo. Then place that half on the ramp in front of the camera's lens. This is because the whole watermelon won't stay there due to the slippery surface. Take as many pictures of the half watermelon as the camera allows. Go and pick the original half of the watermelon to take it to the board. Place it on the weight gauge. Then arrange the photos above the board to drop the watermelon halves onto the gauge. This will power up the teleporter to help you move to the next level. Look for the teleporter again on the main floor. In front of us is a teleporter and charging board. Here we require 1 battery. Head to the right and climb the stairs to find a frame to walk through. Once you get to the other side, proceed through the doorway. On your right, a wall blocks the battery, and on the left there are 4 frames with different colors. Enter the frame that matches the fence blocking the path to the battery. Make your way to the battery as the barrier is now removed. Retrieve the battery and pass through the frame that has a sketch-like look so that the first door opens for us. Place the battery on the charging board and use the teleporter to move to the next round. In this round, the teleporter is right in front of us and gets power from this lever, but it has a different color. We can't activate it from here. To access this color, enter the frame available on the other floor. Now jump off the ledge onto the floor below. Head right, climb the stairs, and go right to activate the lever.
And with a cat's grace at that. Scattered thoughts can be a messy thing.
Return downstairs, go through the green frame, head back upstairs, cross the bridge, and pass through the first frame to return to the normal color world. Return to the teleporter room to use it and move forward. This round presents a standing pad in front of us to power on the teleporter. The power line goes through 3 walls blocked by different colored gates. To clear your path to the teleporter, first go through the blue frame to open the first door. Now walk through this red frame. Then enter the first frame between the first 2 walls to return to the normal color world. Now move through the frame that has a sketch, followed by going through the blue frame again to clear the way. Finally, stand on the power pad and quickly walk through all the walls to reach the teleporter. Next, we find ourselves in a long hallway. Move through the path to reach the stairs.
Making it this far enough? Haven't you gained all the knowledge this place has to offer? This was her life's work, and it's meaningful.
Enter the room that contains a machine. Flip the switch in this room.
Please. There's a burden in knowing one you needn't feel. It will only be painful.
After that, the machine will collapse entirely. Then proceed toward the door, enter it, and use the teleporter to leave this area.
It never worked. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Mirren, they were all supposed to find the answer. Please.
This isn't it. It can't be. The solution, it all made sense. The formula, the structure, this should have solved all our problems. This should have been the answer. I need this to be the answer.
Chapter 4 is completed.
When I realized what you were looking for, I didn't have the heart to tell you. An impossible solution for an impossible question. Mirren she was crushed. They all didn't want you to have to.
Now get ready to explore Chapter 5.
It's a painful burden. No.
Let's begin chapter number 5 of the Viewfinder. Go up the stairs to see a teleporter, but it's locked, so look for another one. On your right, a cool blue teleporter is locked up in a cage. On the left, you'll spot a gate. Walk straight until you find a camera. Take 2 pictures of the sky and use one to go through the gate to access the second camera. This camera has a timer feature, so press the button and go back to position yourself in front of the lens. This will snap a picture of yourself. Retrieve the photo and place it into the cage. Once you manage to move inside the cage, step onto the teleporter and proceed to the next round. Here is a teleporter with a cat in front of us. On the left, there is a cage with a lever for the teleporter and a camera facing the lever. Answer the ringing phone and return to the camera.
Are you there? I can barely hear you. Where are you? You're completely out of my field now.
Turn on the camera, then stand behind the cage, ensuring you're in its view. Do this 2 times, as one photo will help us to enter and one to leave the cage.
This means that there's nothing here but us. Did we just waste all of this time? I don't know. You need to find a way out. I can't seem to locate you.
Even now, your creativity is a wonder to witness.
Now place the first photo to enter the cage. Step in and activate the lever. After that, place the second photo outside the cage to exit. Now, hop onto the teleporter. Let's see what's in this round.
Beauty and efficiency, I see.
There are 2 cages. One has a teleporter and a charging board, and the other has a battery. Find a camera with a timer. Take 2 pictures of yourself to retrieve the battery. Place the first photo on the cage with the battery. Grab the battery and pass it through the cage hole, as we can't retrieve the battery with the photo. Exit the cage using the second photo. Now pick the battery and place it in front of the camera. Turn on the camera and position yourself within the picture with the battery. Place the photo over the cage with the teleporter. Once inside the cage, place the battery on the charging board. Jump onto the teleporter to move ahead. Here we have a timer camera again. Activate the camera and position yourself in its view for a photo so you can teleport. Head back up the stairs and retrieve the photo from the camera. Use the picture to teleport yourself onto the other side. Use the teleporter and proceed. Here we have another camera.
You are doing really, really well.
We need to take 3 pictures. Take 2 photos of yourself in front of the gate. One to go inside the cage and one to come out. Activate the camera and position yourself behind the gate using the previously taken photo. Walk back as far as possible, but stay within its view. Use the second photo to escape the cage and retrieve the new one. In this third photo, you'll appear smaller and farther away. Now, take one more photo from this camera. Place it above so that you can teleport yourself there. Finally, use the photo you took from inside the gate and position it on the floating floor in the sky. When you land on it, use the teleporter. Now, level 1 of this chapter is completed. So we'll find a new teleporter to go to the second level.
Awaits. This place.
Here we have a camera with 5 pictures. Go down the stairs, proceed all the way, and turn right. You'll find an upside-down teleporter. Take a picture of it, but be aware that after taking a snap, it will disappear. Place the photo anywhere, jump on, and use the teleporter.
Something must be wrong with the camera. This...
At this stage, we can't take a picture of the teleporter because it's blue. Walk straight until you reach the edge of the path. There's a battery waiting for you. Turn around and snap a pic of the path. But remember, after taking a pic, the path gets destroyed. Place the photo in front of you to reach the battery. Pick it up and return quickly. Put the battery on the charging board and use the teleporter.
You've changed it. It will...
Here we need 2 batteries. One is already placed on the board, so we only need 1 more. If we snap a photo of the battery, it will disappear, so we need to find another way. Answer the phone call.
I can't tell if you answered or not, so I'm just going to wing it. You're completely out of my range. I can't find you. But your vitals are still fine. Like you're in a deep sleep. So, new game plan. You're going to need to break the system somehow.
Pick up the battery from the board and go down the stairs to find a photocopier machine.
Use it, even if it destroys the place. It might be your only chance to leave. Get back here safe, all right?
Place the battery and take a photo, then make copies of the photo.
To make a full something once was. Is that the only answer?
Take all the photos of the battery. Now, drop the batteries on the charging board and step onto the teleporter to move on. Let's see what's next. We can't take pictures of the teleporter here again. So here we need to find a white wall. Snap a picture of it to make it disappear and open the path. Now use that photo to create a bridge and access the battery on the other floor. Grab the battery, place it on the charging board, then head to the teleporter to use it. The second level is now completed. Teleport to the next level. Now we're inside the cage, so snap 3 pictures of yourself with the camera here. These pictures will help us go outside and get back in. Place the one to exit the cage. Use the second photo to move to the floor with the battery. Grab the battery and place it beside the cage, ensuring it's also in front of the camera. Go inside the cage, turn on the camera, and position yourself in the frame as well so that you can go outside. Bring both batteries to the electric board to turn on the teleporter. Now, in the next round, we have a teleporter with a standing pad that will turn on the teleporter for a brief time. Cross the yellow bridge to the camera. Now snap a picture of the path and it will disappear. You also need a photo of yourself to teleport close to the teleporter. First, use the photo of the path to create a bridge to the teleporter. Turn on the camera, walk to the middle of the bridge, and position yourself in the photo frame. Head to the standing pad and power it up. Now use the photo to position yourself close to the teleporter. Move quickly. Get over to the charged teleporter before it runs out of power. Level 3 is now completed. Use this teleporter to go to level 4. Here we see a timer, and we need to complete 9 tasks within the given time. We begin with 10 pictures in hand. Take a picture of the path you left behind. Pull the lever to start the timer.
And so, your choice is made, and it begins.
Align the picture to walk over to the next lever. Pull the lever to proceed.
I'm impressed, even now.
Move forward and align the images on the posts. This will create a new bridge to reach the other side. Now, pull the lever.
What drives you?
Start by taking a picture of the white bridge in front of you. Use it to reach the floor on your right side. Once here, turn around and take another picture of the bridge. Use it to connect to the floor that has a lever. Pull the lever again and move on to the next task.
Do you think you have the power to reshape your world?
Here we need 2 batteries. Spot the upside-down photocopier machine to your right. Take a pic of it and rotate it to the right side up. Then look down through the grid to find the battery. Take a picture of it and use the photocopier to make some copies. It may be useful if you make extra copies. Head to the charging board and position the photos directly above the board so the batteries fall on it. Once it gets power, the task will be completed.
This failsafe was to prevent us losing everything.
Move forward over an invisible bridge that appears. Here we can see a path to the lever, although it's just an optical illusion when you come close to it. So move back and snap a picture of the bridge to disappear it. Just to be safe, take a picture of the floor too. Place it beside the optical illusion door. Go through and pull the lever. Here we see a timer camera. Approach the camera and take a picture of it.
Find your perfect solution now.
Place the photo of the timer camera at the edge of the floor. Turn on the camera and take a photo of yourself. Pick up the photo and place it on the gate to reach the other side. Now pull the lever. Cross the bridge in front of you. This one is a bit difficult as we need to take the battery inside the cage, and the battery is blue, so a picture can't be taken. Take a picture of the teleporter and the speaker. Now place them as close as possible to the audio receiver. Now put the batteries on the charging board, one we got from here and the other one we got from the photocopier machine earlier. Extract the battery from the photo. Once it's powered up, the task will be completed. Now we are on to the last task of this chapter.
Even without absolute.
Take a picture of the camera. Turn around and place that photo of the camera in front of the cage. Turn on the camera and run in front to snap a picture of yourself. Walk to the cage, place the photo over the cage to get in, and flip the lever. You'll be in a dark room with a teleporter with a cat on top.
I understand.
Wait until the teleporter turns on, then step up to use it.
Desperate to find the truth on her own. But I see now, there is no singular truth, no perfect answer. If anything, meeting you in this place was the closest I would ever get to knowing. Tell me, the red world that awaits you, is it loving? Is it healing? I see. I suppose our time has come to an end. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish you well.
You'll arrive in a red desert. Move on to see a single tiny plant and pick it up.
You're back! Oh, thank God. You made it. I was worried. You went dark. Don't scare me like that.
Our simulator is opening now.
I guess it was too good to be true. A singular answer to all our problems. A bummer, for sure. But it's not the end. We can keep brainstorming other...
It ends here.
What's that?